Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, cops say alleged thieves killed in St. Thomas may have been from Kingston. Police have indicated that 3 men killed in an early morning shootout with lawmen in the St. Thomas community of Poor Man's Corner on Thursday were unfamiliar with the area. The men were fatally shot after allegedly attempting to break into a liquor store. Senior Superintendent and Area 5 Commander Christopher Phillips, in recounting the early morning shooting, said a businessman upon arriving at his establishment stumbled upon a vehicle which aroused his suspicion. Upon investigations, the man was reportedly fired upon by men emerging from his business place. He reportedly returned the fire, causing the men to flee in the vehicle.
I'm here at St. Thomas, at Grandstand to be exact. We have a case of triple fatal shooting, which really started at an area they call Poor Man's Corner in St. Thomas. The information at hand is that a businessman went to his premises this morning about 4, where he observed a vehicle parked close to the business facility, pretty unusual. And so he proceeded to check out what was happening. On his approach, he was fired on by men entering that vehicle coming from his business facility. He returned fire and alerted the police. The police team was very quick on the scene. He went into the business place because he observed that the grill was torn apart. When he entered, he was attacked by a man with machete. Apparently, he was left on the inside and he had to take steps to defend himself. The police was quick on the scene, got the description and details of the vehicle, and they pursued that vehicle into the Grandstand community. When they entered the Grandstand community, they saw a group of men. 2 vehicles were parked along the roadway. They fired at the police. The police team took evasive action, returned fire. At the end of that shooting, 2 men were found suffering from gunshot wound. A 9mm pistol with 1 magazine and 5 live rounds was taken from that scene. Those men were rushed to the hospital where they were later pronounced dead. These men seems not to be from this area. What we're picking up, they might be from the Kingston Western Division, and so they are not familiar with the area.
One resident from the community heaped praises on the police for cutting down the criminals. The resident expressed that had the perpetrators not been caught, residents would have been forced to believe the robbery was carried out by men in the community.
We are glad for the police and thumbs up to the police, because so many times these things have been happening in and around the communities. And the thing is, if it has never happened like how it happened now, there will be persons or youth in the community who would have been getting blamed for all these things. So thumbs up to the police 100%, and I hope they keep it up same way. As they get a call, they respond to the call, because that is the best thing for the community, because sometimes innocent persons go to jail for what they don't know about.
Cops who provided escort services for party patrons warned of disciplinary action. The acting commander of the St. Ann Police is warning that there will be disciplinary action against the cops who corruptly collected money from party patrons for police escort services over the recent Emancipation and Independence holidays. According to Superintendent Morgan Simpson, police patrol teams were escorting convoys of up to 15 private motor vehicles to entertainment events in St. Ann. The cops did not receive authorization to use the police vehicles for escort services. In an internal memo seen by the news, the police commander said the holiday traffic congestion in St. Ann was worsened by the cops providing unauthorized escort services. She said the police will use the technology affixed to each unit to properly identify the assigned police teams involved in the corrupt action. When contacted by the news, Superintendent Morgan Simpson declined to speak on the issue. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake also declined to comment on the matter, asking instead that questions be directed to Superintendent Morgan or her area officer, Assistant Commissioner MacArthur Sutherland. Bus conductor shot and injured at a bar in Naga Head. The St. Catharines South police are investigating the shooting and the injuring of a bus conductor at a bar in Naga Head, Portmore, early this morning. It is reported that about 1 a.m., the 46-year-old victim was at the bar when he was pounced upon by unknown assailants who fired a shot hitting him in the shoulder. He was assisted to hospital for treatment. The Portmore Criminal Investigations Branch is conducting a probe into the matter. Father charged after 3-year-old son fatally shoots himself with a licensed firearm. 57-year-old St. Catherine businessman Rowan Hines has been charged for the death of his son, who reportedly used Hines' licensed firearm to shoot himself. Hines is charged with failure to secure and store firearm and ammunition and child endangerment. It is reported that about 1:30 p.m. on July 28, Hines and his family were at home in Oak Place, Ebonyville, St. Catherine, when he went to dispose of garbage and heard an explosion. Hines reportedly found the mother of his child clutching 3-year-old Rajan Hines in her arms. The child had a wound to the head. It was reported that the child shot himself with a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol, which was placed under a sofa by his father. The injured child was rushed to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigations Branch seized the weapon in question and launched a probe into the matter. Hines was charged today. Plane crashes at the Tinsonpen Aerodrome. Emergency services are now at the Tinsonpen Aerodrome in St. Andrew after a small aircraft crashed at the facility this afternoon. A pilot and another individual have been rushed to hospital. The pilot is reportedly an American. The aircraft was reportedly landing when the crash occurred. Cops bring calm to Craig Town. The Kingston Western Police say they have managed to break the backbone of an ongoing war in the Craigtown community and restore calm. Head of the division, Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, said the police have managed to disrupt the operation of the two warring gangs in the community through a series of proactive activities. The Kingston Western Police, with the support of our JDF counterparts and the specialized operations through intense policing activities, have managed to impact the general Craigtown area of the division, Phipps said. We have had some activities which included interventions, curfews, targeted and snap operations, where the main perpetrators of violence in the area were our main focus. The police activities and intense investigations have led to the arrest and the charge of a 17-year-old student for a double murder in the community 2 weeks ago. The community had been under siege after the Gaza and 110 gangs began warring for turf, leading to a wave of violence in the area. This culminated in the double murder, which occurred in broad daylight. Phipps promised the police would keep a presence in the community. We will remain in the area and, of course, continue our joint operations as we intend to arrest the main players, recover their weapons, and restore calm to the general community. These efforts will continue, he assured. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.